What's going on, everybody? I've got Kana'i with me today. Really excited to talk about your journey. Kana'i, if you can, kind of introduce everybody to yourself and your company.
My name is Kana'i. This is my other half, Brooks. We run this company together. We're out here in Hawaii, Oahu, Hawaii, and we've been in business for about 3 years now. It's been a long journey, but we're happy where we're at, but still striving for more.
Yeah, and one of the things that we'll talk about today is the $250,000 a month which is amazing. We'll have to talk about how you got there, what it took to get there, because that is not an overnight thing that happens. So there's a lot of grinding involved to get to a level like that, and sort of really discuss your transformation with this company, your goals moving forward, and some of the things that you guys do differently in that area. Because for those that don't know, you're in a pretty competitive area, and
Yeah.
there's some big players around you. So it takes some strategy. It takes some strategy involving things that you do that probably other people don't do, right? You have to kind of separate yourself from the pack and be unique. So I would love to hear about what you guys do. I'll kind of get started with that month. So I know that was it September or was it October
Um,
for that month that you guys hit that
it
mark?
was September. It was
September.
September. Yep. Yep.
So let's talk about September. Kind of interesting to hit that mark in September, right? And
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
have the peak season where you have pretty much you start from spring and up through into towards the middle of the fall.
Right.
What do you guys feel like helped get you that mark? And what did it take to sort of get there?
Well, I mean, it's been a long road. We continue to grow like month over month. You know, it's been just our marketing that we've been doing all this time, kind of leading up to it.
Yeah.
And I think it's not, putting up your yard signs, putting up your door hangers, all this kind of stuff. It's not instant, returns. So I think, if you consistently put it up, and consistently do that kind of stuff, then it'll slowly start to trickle in as you continue to go. So like we really started to do it, maybe in March, is when we really started to focus on it and start really, putting out our signs, putting out our door hangers, all that kind of stuff. And like I said, it's not a instant return kind of thing, but I think that's what is leading up to it now. You know, people are starting to see it, more, everywhere, every corner.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think now it's starting to catch up with at least on the marketing side. Yeah, and then we got you guys running our Facebook ads. That thing is,
I'm just a
it's
small
killing
part.
it.
I'm just a small part. I'm just a small part. So
Uh,
I'll kind of let everybody know. So, we've worked on Facebook ads together for a while. So if they don't know you by now in Hawaii, I don't know them. They're not on
yeah,
Facebook or
I
Instagram. Uh,
yeah,
but you guys do everything. And to reach a mark like that, it takes everything, in my opinion. And I think that's one of the things that needs to be understood. And it doesn't always mean like, oh, well, now it's just Google ads and Facebook ads and SEO.
yeah,
Those are very important pieces, but it's the things that I think you guys do in person that you just mentioned, right? It's one of the first things you mentioned, some of the guerrilla marketing that you do, the efforts that you put in. We talked about your goodie bag before the interview. I'll talk about that. Right? It's those kinds of things. And the point that you just made is the most important one, I think. It wasn't because you did it yesterday that you got to 250,000 that month and that you guys are hitting the kind of numbers that you're hitting. It's the culmination over time, the consistency of you guys building up and doing something repeatedly to get you to the next level. And I think that is one of the key things that separates a very successful business from a business who's maybe just not quite reaching their goals or feels stuck,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's just I mean, and then it goes and it just like helps with the Facebook ads. It's like, hey, wait, I just seen them, I just seen their sign right around the corner, and now I see them on Facebook, let me search them up on Google, that kind of stuff. Just constantly being in everybody's face and stuff like that.
Yeah. And you guys, you didn't, when you had that accomplishment, you didn't rest on that. And that's one of the things that really stuck with me when I'm paying attention to you guys is that, I see you accomplish such a really monumental month in junk removal. I mean, think about that. I mean, if you hit that mark, which I'm sure you would love to every single month,
Yeah.
year,
Yeah.
you're at a really good spot, right? So, you guys didn't rest on that. I turn around and I'm seeing Facebook videos from you. And you guys are putting video, if anything, I feel like you've been almost more active on the regular social media now than ever.
Yeah.
And you could have just kicked your feet up and said, well, we did it. We made it.
Yeah.
You did it. So you've continued to remain aggressive in your approach, and you guys do a lot of the little things correctly. Tell me a little bit. All right, I'm going to dive into the goodie bag. Tell me a little bit about the goodie bag, because I love some of the things that you guys are doing there. And this is a really prime example of some of the things that you do that help you stand out and make you unique. So tell me a little bit about that.
Yes, I mean that's exactly what it is. It's just just taking care of the customer first, because that's ultimately that's the person that's gonna be writing the check to you, and just yeah, just providing a top-notch service. So it's just, and that's something that we always try to focus on is just how do we get better at servicing the customer? How do we get better at just doing the little things, which will in the end make a bigger impact, and like I said, it's like you want this person to tell other people about your business, and that's how you grow a business. Yeah, is like referrals is just once one person tells another person, and it's all that's yeah, and it's free, and just by doing a really good job, and so and then
And we're in Hawaii, so everybody has that aloha spirit. So we try to, show our true self, and that's one thing that we focus on is like authenticity. And we, teach our guys it's like to just be authentic with everything that we do, and be your true self. And our customers love it. They're not acting they like a certain way. We tell them be yourself, but professional. And this is something that we do give. We do show you guys to each of our customers. Let's go in.
yeah, so we'll go ahead and give them this grocery bag. It's a reusable grocery bag.
In Hawaii, we don't have plastic bags, so
Yeah.
you have
So
to either bring your own bag or buy a bag from the store.
Yeah. So
Genius. It's genius.
yeah,
It's
exactly.
free marketing.
So yeah, they bust it out in the store, and they're using it, people seeing them, that kind of stuff. So it's a little bit marketing too, but
Yeah.
it's just as a little thank you, for using our services. Then we also throw in there like a magnet. This thing is a magnet, so they can, slap it on their refrigerator, and then we'll also give them a business card just with our number on it. That way, they can keep it in their wallet or whatever. We also give them cookies, just as a little treat.
That's the winner. That's the
Yeah,
winner right
for
there.
them. Yeah. So I mean, I don't know if I should give all the secrets.
I know.
but,
For anybody watching, if you're located anywhere near him, don't start giving out cookies.
Yeah.
That's the secret recipe. Clearly, that's how he got there.
No,
You can do all the other stuff, just no cookies.
Yeah. But and then we also give them out. These are the little fans, so
Yeah.
open them up at a football game, or
Mhm.
yeah. So that's just our little gift, yeah, that we give to the customer, as like
Supporting our local
yeah.
business.
that's important for us. Is we're still a small business here on the island, so we just kind of thank them as for using our small local business, and they get happy when we give it to them, and yeah, we seen, and then you ask for a review. So,
Yeah, definitely. That's you guys do a pretty good job with that too, though, with your reviews. We talked about that. So your team members, how do you incentivize them to do those things? Because I know that can be hard. There's going to be somebody watching right now who is probably maybe near or kind of getting closer to the level you're at, right? And they're like, well, how do I get my guys to do this? To really embrace that culture.
Yeah.
What goes behind doing that?
Well, I mean, really, like we really strategize in the way that we hire people.
Mhm.
Based on our core values.
Yeah, based on our core values, the
Like
way,
that.
yeah. So it's kind of a process in there, but just making sure these guys, like, they're not just there for the check. Yeah, they're there because they believe in your vision, your goal, and where you want to take them. And then also, we do give them.
Very family oriented.
Yeah, we're super family oriented there.
Yeah, family oriented, and we try to create that culture, where this is their second family. You're here most of your day, so we try to make it as family as possible. And
I like
a lot
that.
of our guys, appreciate that. And yeah, we just try to cultivate that, that nice family culture, and everybody's on board what we're doing, and
Yeah, just being servant leaders to them. Yeah, it's just so just serving them and showing them, what the right way it needs to be done, and then just by us
showing that we care, showing that you care about your employees goes a long way, and
Yeah, I think you mentioned core values, which is something a lot of people don't instill in their company, whether it's written or whether it's just understanding them coming into the hire process, because hiring is not easy. We know that, right? Finding the right person is important, but it is not easy, right? So I think that's a key component for you guys. Like, you have a culture that you want to embrace, right? And understanding, and I'm sure you guys already understand this with your core values, that you're gonna have some people who are looking, as you mentioned, for the paycheck and to make the most money. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that.
No,
Like, I came from an employee background. I was with the company for 9 years.
Yeah.
So I get it,
You're right.
But you also have people, and we have some of them within our team. It's not necessarily about the money. They want to feel valued by the company.
Yeah.
Right. And I've always felt, me personally, those are some of the best people to have, because if you make them feel valued and you go out of your way to make them feel that value, they will go above and beyond for your company.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what we try to do, is just, I mean, even though it's like little stuff and it seems, corny or what, you tell them, hey, good job on, clean sweeping up. It's like, okay, yeah, everybody, yeah, thanks for telling me I did a good job on sweeping up. But like, really, it makes them, oh, okay, they really enjoyed that. I got praise for it. So, next time I'm gonna sweep up again, good, and just make sure I do it to the best of their ability. And then we just gotta, enforce, just say, hey guys, make sure you guys clean it up again. But they know already. They know already. It's just that sometimes you just gotta remind them, and that's where we're seeing success in our guys. Like, these guys,
they're hustlers.
Yeah, these guys are hustlers, and that's why
they gotta be $250,000 months.
No, and really just keeping the morale up. Like when we hit our goal for that month. Well, that was the end of our quarter, right? Third quarter. So we ended up hitting our third quarter goal, and we went and took everybody out. We got a party bus, and we had a really nice dinner and all of that. So just
you gave
showing
back
them our appreciation. It's not all about the money. It's we care for them. We're not just trying to make a buck and stuff like that. And I think that's something that's gonna go a long way in your business. Just showing that you care for them, and then they'll return the favor.
Yeah, and that's something that you either have that or you don't. I mean, there's not everybody is going to set up their business in that way. It's you have to be genuine about that. If you don't genuinely care about the people who are under your umbrella, so to speak, it's going to show. You can't fake it. Like, I could tell just from obviously everything I know about you guys and working with you for the time period that I have, and researching you guys and kind of being behind the scenes, seeing what you're doing, that you guys care. And it shows in the way that you operate. It shows in the way that your business, its success that it's had, because we can't forget that a lot of our success is going to be dependent upon the people who are working for us and how they feel about us and how they translate our business to other people, right?
Exactly.
Especially for you guys. Very hard for me on the remote side. Like we do our best we can with even with the remote.
Right.
Chase, like you guys are very familiar with Chase, my part. I fly out every 6 months to hang out, and we have a good time out there. It helps that he lives by the beach. And I don't, but we care. He cares about business. I care about him. Our employees care, right? And you can't fake that. It's either genuine or it's not. So you guys have done a really good job, and I think that's a lot of your success. You mentioned praising somebody for a good job. That's a very small thing. It's a very simple thing, yet we forget to do that sometimes. All of us, I've got times I'm like, man, I could do better with that.
And we just started talking like, hey, we got to get back on that.
Hey, John, great job getting that review from Sam.
Really.
More of those.
Exactly.
Great job.
We'll throw it up in the group chat. Like, hey guys, I just want to use our guys' names again. Hunter and Noah, you guys, this guy just left you a 5-star review, right on, and then everybody's like, oh, right on, So it's like
it creates community, creates a good, an environment, and then somebody's like, well, man, I'm gonna get me a review now.
Exactly.
I like that. I want to get that shout out.
Make it friendly competition sometimes too.
Yep, that's another thing you do. All right, so I think you guys have definitely nailed that. So what would you say, obviously looking into next year, what would you say in the beginning, or maybe a mistake or two that you made that you're like, man, I'll either never make that again, or I'm glad I made that because I learned from it and it helped me get to this level? What are some mistakes that come to mind that you can think of, if there are any? And I'm sure there is, because we've all made them.
Being afraid to spend money to make money. So like we only had our first employee like last year, like September is when we hired our first employee. So like we're really afraid to like,
let go
and kind of have other people driving our trucks, and we're like, oh no. And just being able to trust that, the people you hire, you gotta just let them go and trust that they're gonna do the right thing. And
it all starts with the training. You train them well, you have more confidence on letting them go, and also I think another thing, like how we said, but like spending money to make money. It's like, at first when we first started, we're like, pretty much penny pinching people. Like, hey, okay, well, $20 a day on Facebook. Okay.
Me and you spoke well before we worked together. Well, probably a year before it. But at least you immediately seen how I operated, though. I was like, hey, if I hear back from him, cool. And then like a year later, you're like, hey, man, let's talk.
I mean, and then just just being, just spend it. You give it, you got to give it some time. You got to give it some time. Just really see if it works. Really put in the money that is gonna actually get a return. If you're trying to, okay, you said you recommend $20. Okay, can we do $5? It's like, okay, we can, but you might not see, the results might be real slight. But if you're not willing to spend $20 a day, on Facebook ads, like
the biggest transition is definitely Google, for sure. And I think something I learned, because I was always that way too. I come from, most people they're gonna think I'm BSing right now, but like I come from a very frugal background. My mom is a penny pincher, which worked for me and didn't work for me for a long time. So coming into business, I was trying to be the same way. I'm like, I'll do it all myself, and something that's always clicked with me in the last, let's say, 3 years, and it's been a big part of my growth, is this statement. you sell the way that you buy.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And it's so
That's a good
true.
one.
So if you're afraid to spend $2,000, you're going to be nervous to ask someone for $2,000,
Yeah.
right? Because mentally you've trained yourself that's a lot of money,
Right.
Yeah.
and you're asking for a lot of money.
Right.
And we know in junk removal, that's not a lot of money. You guys have done jobs well over them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and that terminology matches anything in business when it comes to that translation, because we have to sell, all of us, no matter what business we're in. If we're hesitant to invest in our own business and buy, we're probably going to have that mental switch that we need to navigate. I remember one of the biggest things that I did, I jumped into a coaching program. I had no clients at the time, no marketing clients. I was bringing like no money in, and I signed up for a $10,000 program. Just took a leap. I was so scared. Right. So like when I jump on the phone with business owners, I know what they feel because I was in that seat.
Yeah.
And then eventually I went from that program and I did a $3,000 a month program for 12 months, signed contract, which is a huge leap, right?
Yeah.
But guess what? When I talk to somebody about marketing and we talk about costs, I have no hesitancy whatsoever because I've spent it to get
Yeah.
and I know what it takes. And if you want to be at that level, you need to as well.
Right? Yeah. Definitely.
That statement, remember that one because it's very true.
Yeah.
That's actually a good one. Yeah, that's a good one.
You know, but you have to overcome that, and that's part of your growth as a business owner, and that's part of what got you to this level.
Mm-hmm.
And there's rhyme or reason to it. That doesn't mean you go crazy and you spend all your money.
Yeah.
You know, but when you happen, you start putting some to the side to invest and to grow and to understand how to leverage things. I think one of the biggest issues to me is business credit, personal credit. I think a lot of people would be a lot further if they had credit and they knew how to leverage it. Something that I'll probably in the next 5 to 10 years dive into pretty heavily. One thing I've luckily done well, because you're at a supreme disadvantage if one, you're scared to spend, and two, you have nothing to leverage like credit, right?
Yeah.
But you guys did a great job of taking that leap, and it's a big reason why you're here today, but it's also the work that you put in. So I'll kind of wrap up with this. Number one, if you've been paying attention to this interview, everything that everyone that I've ever spoken to in Seven Figures is doing can be replicated.
Yeah, absolutely.
Literally. I don't want to say there's not a secret sauce, but guess what? There's no secret sauce.
It's
really doing a little bit of everything consistently and putting in hard work, right? And giving it time to grow. And there's little intricacies across the way, like the things that you're doing with the goodie bag, right? Like being creative.
Little stuff, yeah.
But it's consistency. It's giving it time, and it's putting in the work.
Yeah.
For you guys coming into next year, what are some of your goals? What are you looking to accomplish? And how do you plan on getting there?
Well, so that's one thing about us. We set like when we set goals, we set it like, crazy goals. But
good.
Big, hairy, audacious goals.
Yeah.
Good. That's a good thing, because if you come up short, you're still winning.
Yeah, so I mean, really, next year we're looking more than double our business next year. So we're looking at maybe like possibly the $5 million range at minimum, at least. But yeah, we just got a few more trucks.
Small, but just 500, just 5 million minimum.
No, it's just, I mean,
that's a great goal though. You guys can do it.
But like, yeah, where we're at, it's we're happy. Like I said in the beginning, it's like we're happy. We look at how far we've came, but it just I'd like to strive for more. And not only money wise, because now that we got people that work for us, it's
purpose
gives us a bigger purpose of
doesn't it?
Now supporting their families.
That's the real flex in business.
Yeah.
It's not your bank account, because it takes a while to build that up.
Yeah.
But especially when you have employees you take care of. The real flex is, like I always say, I'm more proud of the fact I pay multiple people more than I made as an employee.
Exactly. Yeah.
And take care of their families.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, like how much you can help people, and like that's part of like one of our really big goals is like to try and serve as many people, and I just help as many people as we can, like
Make a difference, give them hope.
make a difference in the most people
Yeah.
part everybody's lives and that we come across. So that's something like I guess kind of like our core focus is like that's a big goal for us. It's just to just have an impact in these guys' lives and the customers that we have, our company, our guys, just teaching them just you know, not only about junk removal and work, it's like life lessons as well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
next year, hopefully hire another like 10 to 15 people. I think right now we're at 15 of us, including I. And I mean, how we're gonna get there?
Continue to go start at the base. The customers always come first. Do everything you can to just make sure the customer is happy. You know, we try to tell people it's like, and tell our guys too. It's like something that is also teaching them life lessons. It's like, hey, if the rubbish can down at the bottom of the street, and that it's empty, and you're about to walk up to the front door, go ahead and close it up and bring it up. Or newspaper on the ground, and you take it to the front door with you and hand it to the customer when you talk to them. And it's just like, just being a better person,
Like the shopping cart terminology at the supermarket, right? Like,
Yeah.
be a good person.
Integrity.
Put your shopping cart away.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. Yeah,
little things.
yeah, same thing. Yeah, exactly like that. And just being teaching them to be better people in society as well as and it'll show in work when you implement that in your life.
Yeah. I agree. There's a big difference between being a person who looks out for others, being a happy person, being a genuine person, a caring person. When you can apply that into your life and into work, I think they both counteract. You spend a lot of time in your work.
Yeah.
So that's you. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, that's you 40, 50, 60 hours a week, however you're working. Like, that's a lot of your time. That's a big part of who you are. So I know we went a little over, but this has been really good. But I want to wrap up because you guys, when you reach 250,000, means you're actually busy and you can't sit on interviews for 2 weeks. So I'll wrap up with this. What piece of advice would you give someone who is either just starting out or maybe feels a little stuck in junk removal on how they can get to the next level or build something of value?
Yes, I mean, really start with working on your systems, getting systems in place, and starting with your foundation, making sure you have the right team. Like we said, you're only gonna go as far as everybody in your company. You can't get there by yourself. So you're gonna need help and you guys to your employees to help you get there. And hiring the right people is gonna be a huge part. Making sure you guys everybody's on the same page.
Yeah, systems are important, so everybody is on the same page and you don't, micromanage, all over, and everybody just knows what they gotta do.
Well, it helps when you have Brooks. Brooks is a rock star. I'm willing to bet right now that Brooks had the cookies idea.
Hey.
Am I right?
Yeah.
He wants to take credit for that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what? We'll keep that off the interview. We don't have to say who it was. But I think I know deep down who it was. Well, in true Hawaiian fashion, there's no better way for me to end this because I know how much you guys embrace that culture than to say, number one, thank you, but also mahalo.
Yeah. Mahalo. And thank you for having us.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
And a pleasure having you guys on. Thank you so much.
Yeah, right on, Lee. Thank you.